Good morning. Let us move to the next article. Limit of a function of complex variable. Limit of a function of complex variable. Let us consider a function f of z. Let us consider a function f of z. F of z is a function of complex variable z. F of z is a function of complex variable z. The function f of z is such that it can be defined at all points in some neighborhood of a point z0. Function f of z is such that it can be defined at all points in some neighborhood of the point z0. If this is true, then f of z is said to have a limit L f of z is said to have a limit L as z tends to z0 along any path. The function f of z of a complex variable is said to have a limit L as z approaches z0 along any path. If given an arbitrary real value epsilon greater than 0, if given arbitrary real value epsilon greater than 0, however small may be, then there exists a real number delta greater than 0 such that modulus of f of z minus L is smaller than epsilon for every 0 less than modulus of z minus z0 less than delta. Let me repeat it. F of z is a function of complex variable. Z is the complex variable. F of z is a single valued function. It can be defined at all points in some neighborhood of the point z0. Then it is said that f of z can have a limit equal to L when z is approaching z0 along any path, whatever may be the path taken by z to approach z0. As z is approaching z0, f of z can have certain limit. That limit is given as small l. Then given arbitrary real number epsilon greater than 0 in the w plane, epsilon is a real number given greater than 0 in the w plane, however small it may be, there exists a real number delta greater than 0 in the z plane such that modulus of f of z minus L is always less than epsilon for every value of 0 less than modulus of z minus z0 less than delta. It means that for every point z is not equal to z0, it means that for every point where z is not equal to z0 in the delta disk, this dotted disk is known as delta disk, in the delta disk of z plane, it means that for every point where z is not equal to z0 in the delta disk of z plane, then f of z is supposed to have certain value, certain limit in the epsilon disk in w plane. Symbolically, it is represented as limit z tends to z0, f of z is equal to L. Symbolically, this meaning is represented as limit z tends to z0 of f of z is equal to L. Few more points we have to remember here. Usually delta depends on epsilon. Both are non-zero real numbers. This real number delta usually depends on the real number epsilon. Z tends to z0, meaning that z is approaching z0. It may take this path, this path, this path, or this path, or this path, or this path, or this path. When z is approaching z0, it may take any path. Z approaches to z0 along any path. F of z will have the limit L. This limit L is independent of the manner. This limit is independent of the manner z approaches z0. Whatever may be the path taken by z to approach z0, the limit will be independent of the path. If for different paths, if z is taking different paths to approach z0, and for these different paths, if we are getting different limits, then limit is not present for the function f of z. If we are getting same limit for f of z, whatever may be the path taken by z to approach z0, then only limit of f of z exists. Otherwise, limit of f of z will not exist. This is in short about limit of a function of complex variable. Let us try to solve few problems on this, so you will come to know something more about this. Prove that limit z tends to 1 minus I, f of z is z square plus 4z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 is equal to 4 minus I. The problem is prove that limit z tends to 1 minus I of z square plus 4z plus 3 divided by z plus 1 is equal to 4 minus I. Let us try to get this limit. The solution will be limit z tends to 1 minus I. Let us make factor factors of this. So this will be 1 into 3, 3, 1 plus 3, 4, z plus 3, z plus 1, z plus 3 into z plus 1 divided by z plus 1. Z plus 1, z plus 1 get cancelled. This is equal to limit z tends to 1 minus I z plus 3. This is equal to 1 minus I plus 3, that is 4 minus I. Hence the proof. The problem is smaller and its proof is very short. This is about one problem on limit of function of complex variable. Second problem, find the limit of limit z tends to infinity I z cube plus I z minus 1 divided by 2 z plus 3I into z minus I bracket square. Second problem, find the limit of z tends to infinity of iz square plus iz minus 1 divided by 2 plus 3I into in the other bracket z minus I bracket square. Let us see how to get limit of this function. Let us divide the numerator and denominator by z cube. So it will be I plus I divided by z square minus 1 divided by z cube divided by 2 plus 3I divided by z. Out of cube 1 z is used here. Let us use z square here. This is z minus I. So it will be 1 minus I divided by z bracket square. this is equal to, put z is equal to infinity, it will become 0, it will become 0, it will become 0, it will become 0. What left is I in the numerator divided by 2 will be left here, 1 will be left here, 1 square is 1, 1 into 2, 2. So simple. So the answer is simply I by 2. In just 2 steps we got limit of the given function. Let us go for one more problem. Find limit of z tends to 1 plus I of z square minus z plus 1 minus I divided by z square minus 2z plus 2. Now we are asked to find the limit of z tends to 1 plus I z square minus z plus 1 minus I divided by z square minus 2z plus 2, and it should be factored out. Let us see how to factor out this. Limit z tends to 1 plus I z square minus z can be written as z plus I into z minus I. See whether it is correct. Z into z, z square, z into minus I minus iz plus iz minus I square plus iz minus iz will get cancelled. Minus I square is plus 1. These two. Z square plus 1 splitted this way. Z square plus 1 splitted this way. Now what left? Minus z minus I. Let us take minus 1 common from this. So what left? Z plus I. From remaining two terms, minus 1 is taken common. Here z is left, here plus I is left. Okay. Then the denominator z minus 1 minus I, z minus 1 plus I. Let us see whether factors of this term are this: z into z, z square minus z plus iz minus z then plus 1 minus I minus iz plus I minus I square. So this is z square, these two taken together minus 2z minus iz plus iz get cancel, plus I minus I get cancel, 1 minus I square is 1, I square is minus, minus of minus plus, 1 plus 1 2. So z square minus 2z plus 2, z square minus 2z plus 2 will be z minus 1 minus I into z minus 1 plus I. So these are factors of the numerator, these are factors of the denominator. Simplify this further. That is limit z tends to 1 plus I, z plus I taken common. What left here? Z minus I, and what left here? Minus 1 divided by z minus 1 minus I into z minus 1 plus I. This will get cancelled with this, and what left is limit z tends to 1 plus I, z plus I divided by z minus 1 plus I. This is equal to 1 plus I divided by 1 plus I minus 1 plus I. This is 1 plus 2I divided by plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled, 2I. You can write the result as it is, 1 plus 2I divided by 2I, or at the most what you can do, it will be 1 plus 1 divided by 2I, I understand. So this is the limit of this function, problem number 3. Limit z tends to 1 plus I, z square minus z plus 1 minus I divided by z square minus 2z plus 2. This is about the problems on limit of a function of a complex variable. Hope you got it. Thank you.